We're back.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Omri Unfiltered.
I'm Amala,
And I'm Risa.
and today we're going to be talking about a viral list of places that women refuse to go on dates, apparently.
Stephen Smith?
Stephen A. Smith, yeah.
Stephen A. Smith posted the list. He's an ESPN commentator. And I think this was a catalyst from the viral Cheesecake Factory video of a girl refusing to get out of the car when she found out her date was taking her to Cheesecake Factory.
And we'll play a little clip of that.
This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
Now, this list is extensive. There are 28 different locations that these women are refusing to go on dates. And of course, after, Stephen A. Smith and a bunch of other people posted this on Twitter, the men were going crazy, saying, what is it that you want us to do? We're running out of options. You're giving me a whole list of places before I even know you. Where do we go from here?
I feel like this continues the conversation about how men should treat women on date or how women are expecting men to treat them on a first date. And I think it's just fucking up the dating conversation even more. Because I think everybody's confused on what do you want me to do? What is not expected? What is expected?
And it's weird because I feel like it's making dating so transactional, at least in the conversations we're having surrounding it, because everybody's talking about this is, the minimum that I want spent on me. These are the list of restaurants that I will or will not go to. What are you bringing to the table? How much money? Blah, 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 back and forth. Instead of just what dating I think should be, and it's two people, we like each other, and we want to get together and hang out. So should we go through the list?
Let's go through the list.
Okay.
Alma and I are gonna kind of give our opinion on if we think that they would be an acceptable place to go on a date.
And we'll give a good yes or no. And you guys also let me know in the comments down below whether or not you would go to dates on these places. Let me know which are acceptable and which aren't. Number one is Cheesecake Factory.
So Cheesecake Factory is expensive.
It is. And it's quite nice. Like, I don't think Cheesecake Factory is the worst of like chain restaurants. I'm giving that a yes.
In my opinion, because we live in a city full of great food, I think you could be a little bit more creative than picking a chain that we've all gone to.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that being creative in a place like LA or any other big city doesn't involve spending more money. It can actually involve spending less money. That's an important note. And we're both from sort of small towns. So where we're from, at least, if you want to go on a date with somebody, Chili's, the Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, those are your only options.
Yeah.
If you're going to like upscale from there, it's like a 5-star restaurant that's like an hour away.
I think normally I think that Cheesecake Factory would be a good option.
Yeah, okay. So Cheesecake Factory both saying yes for the most part. Applebee's.
I have an opinion that Applebee's is a little bit less nice out of all the chains.
Yeah. I might start leaning towards no if it's somebody who I don't know that I'm going on the first date with, and that's their first suggestion. Again, you can be a little bit more creative. It's not to say that the money is anything that's a problem. It's just that, Applebee's.
Yeah.
Okay, Chili's.
I've never been to Chili's.
And we need to rectify this immediately. We need to fix this immediately. She needs to go to Chili's. I am 100% saying yes on Chili's. The Texas cheese fries there are bomb. And again, it's a chain restaurant, but it's a good chain. You gotta love it. Chipotle.
I think that's a little casual.
Mm-hmm.
Once for younger people, I think this is okay.
Yeah, it's quick. You get your food, you sit down.
Out.
It's kind of like the food equivalent to a coffee date.
Yeah,
if
something easy.
You just want to get to know them real quick, see if you like them. If you do, it can progress somewhere else. If not, you leave it at Chipotle. Okay, Olive Garden.
I love Olive Garden.
Yes. Are you kidding me?
I think someone would take me to Olive Garden. I was like, I love Olive Garden. They'd be like, let's go to Olive Garden. I'd be like, all right.
That Olive Garden salad, those breadsticks.
They got rid of my favorite dish, which is the braised beef tortellini.
Bomb.
So good.
The only reason I know so much about Olive Garden is from being from a small town. If you want to go out to eat with your family, like Olive Garden is the place to go. That's an elite establishment. That is, upscale dining.
That's like a special treatment for your family to go to Olive Garden. Yeah.
The movies.
I don't like the movies as a first date because you can't get to know the person. I think this is an obvious.
Yeah. If you're both, like film fanatics, cool, go for it. It's just not a good place for conversation or getting to know one another. Your house.
Also, I think that's not a good first date.
Red flag.
I don't think that as a woman, I don't think it's safe for you to bring any man over to your house. And I think if you go to their house, you're putting yourself in a compromising position because we all hope that a man wouldn't expect any sexual favors on first date, but you don't know. And if you go to their house, you're putting yourself in that position to experience it.
Yeah, you're setting the stage and giving
Mhm.
him an idea that he should not have on a first date. And always, always, especially if you don't know this person, public first dates
Mhm.
around other people. I wouldn't even advise that you like let him pick you up on a first date
Agreed.
if you don't know him. Any fast food chain. Duh. That's kind of no-brainer.
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings or Wingstop. We'll just link those two together.
I've actually never been to a Wingstop, but I do love Buffalo Wild Wings. And it's
so-
like a vibe in there. It's like a fun
is.
vibe.
If you go when it's kind of like booming, there's like a sports event on or something, and people are there, it can be a fun energy for a first date.
Definitely.
Okay, so we're good on that one. A Red Lobster.
I love cheddar bay biscuit.
You get the
Like,
cheddar bay
vibe
biscuits.
isn't great though.
No, but
Yeah.
it's still, I think, pretty expensive. Like, I mean, you have some Red Lobster
Mhm.
meals that are like $30, $40.
Yeah, you can only make lobster so cheap. so.
Yeah, so I think that's okay. You know, a buffet.
I think there's levels to this, but if the one buffet I think of is Golden Corral.
Yeah, that wouldn't work for me.
It's just a bunch of old people.
It is. I mean, good people watching, I guess.
I
It's
like
a vibe.
the food.
Sanitary, questionable. I that's the only thing
Yeah.
I don't like about buffets. Now you could do like those upscale, you know how like Las Vegas does those crazy buffets that you pay, you know, an X amount to get into. That could be cool, fun, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing. Not my
Yeah,
thing.
I agree. I don't think I want to go to a buffet.
Okay. IHOP and Denny's.
No.
It's not a first date.
Your
Not a
boyfriend
first date.
thinks it's okay.
Yeah, no, my Australian boyfriend, he might think that Denny's is a spot to go. Let me try to imagine a world where a first date ends up at Denny's. I can imagine if you like start your first date off doing something fun or whatever, and you go out and you're like, this is going really well. Let's go
Mhm.
grab drinks. And then you go grab drinks, and then you're having fun and you still want to continue to talk, and it's like
And then
midnight.
you go, yeah.
And you go, let's go hit the Denny's. And that's like cute and quirky and fun.
Yes.
If we start at the Denny's though,
It's odd.
it's gonna have the opposite effect.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Church.
I think it's also
Well-
like I mean, neither of us go to church, but it's like the movies.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there listening.
Church would obviously not work for either of us.
Yeah.
Considering the facts of our personalities and our temperament. But if you are, you know, a super like religiously adherent person and that's what you're looking for in another person, I would venture to say tons of couples go to church for
Yeah.
their first dates.
Yeah, you want to like make sure if sharing your faith is important, then I see why that would be
Yeah.
a good first date.
Yeah. I don't see. And then, yeah, I'm sure there's couples that like debrief afterwards and talk about what they've learned and stuff. And you know what?
Yeah.
All the power to you.
Yeah.
All the power to you. Starbucks or coffee dates?
We've talked about this on the show before.
Mhm.
I don't like coffee dates.
You're like too quick, too
Too-
low investment.
Yeah, too boring.
Okay.
I don't like hanging out during the day. Also,
Fair. I think there's a lot of utility to coffee dates. We've spoken about this. You get in, especially if you don't know the person, it's low investment. You get to know a little bit about them. If you want to like
Mhm.
jump ship, you can jump ship. If you want to move forward, you can move forward. I think you get the best of both worlds with a coffee date if that's what you like, you know?
Okay.
Ice cream dates, sort of similar. Coffee dates.
yeah, I think that's a little bit more fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially in LA. A lot of cool.
nighttime, go get ice cream, like sitting. Yeah, I'm okay with ice cream dates.
Interesting.
Maybe because it's like a little bit more creative. If like you picked a cool ice cream spot,
Okay.
you can go for a walk.
Ice cream just sounds a little better than a coffee date.
Yeah,
That's fair. I can see where
Seems a little more
creatively it
fun.
changes a little bit.
Yeah.
Changes a little bit. Family functions.
No.
Really? I'm like 100%. I think that would be a great first date. I think you would knock out so many things immediately. Like, first of all, you get to see the dynamic between him and his family. You get to see if you vibe with somebody. Because when you date somebody, in a way, you know, people might try to tell you otherwise. If you date and then you marry somebody, you're marrying their family. I mean,
Yeah.
quickly you'd
So
be
you
able
know
to
for
discern.
sure. I think also though it's kind of weird if you would just introduce a girl to your family so quick, because
Fair.
you know, so
Mhm.
that means you're introducing a lot of girls. if your first date with them is a family function.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on like what their dynamic is. I could see like super casual families who know each other very well, who are very friendly in nature, being like, "Oh yeah, nice to meet you," and like, "Here, come to the barbecue" or whatever, and that being normal and it not being like a formal thing. But some guys are like, "You're not meeting my family until I'm
Yeah.
absolutely certain." I don't know. I'm down for the family function,
All right.
even just for the plot. I'm down. From there, you have like movie nights and bars, bowling, nightclubs, stuff like that, which I guess it just all depends on who you are as a person and what you're into.
Yeah.
For me, yeah, we'll see. I don't know about that. Nightclubs, probably not.
Sporting event would be fun.
Sporting event would be cool.
Nightclub seems a little,
A little yucky.
yeah.
A little yucky. So yeah, those are our general thoughts on the list. As we said, this created quite a stir on the internet with people agreeing, disagreeing. Let's hear from somebody first who agrees. This is Coco.
Whoever created this list, I just need to say thank you. Somebody had to say it. The only thing you forgot to add here was a walk date. I'm so excited to provide my feedback on these locations. Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's. I've seen that in the movies, but I've never been there. Chipotle, unfortunately, do not recommend. Olive Garden, I also seen that in movies. But going to the movies for a first date is just like, do you not have anything to say? You gotta sit in silence for like 2 hours. So dumb. Your house, convenient. Fast food chain, no. But never heard of Buffalo Wings, Wingstop, or Red Lobster. Blah. Never heard of these places. The gym, so you can see her squat. Church, Starbucks, come on. Coffee dates, ice cream dates are just like, no. Somebody invites you on a family function, it seems like he just wants to show his family that he is finally dating somebody. Movie night, again, so cheap, so low effort. Somewhere that requires a long drive. Just like, not necessary. Bowling, I mean, look at my nails, like, come on. Nightclub, again, so inappropriate. Hookah bar, never been my thing. Bar for just drinks, so you can get her drunk and take her home, no. Waffle House, what is that? Sports events, really?
Okay.
So, I mean, she's a very high maintenance personality type.
Sure.
And I think this kind of just shows the difference too between if you want a high maintenance woman, you're going to have to show out.
Yeah, it's all about the
You're gonna have to
different
drop money,
energies.
yeah.
Yeah. And I think there are a lot of men who are looking for women exactly like this and want to be able to drop a bunch of money and want to be able to show off. And that's like a way that they show their affection and show their ego a little bit. And that's cool. It's not for me personally.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think what she said, like, it's some things are so low effort. I agree that putting effort in is
Mhm.
important, but that doesn't necessarily mean putting a lot of money in.
Right.
So then we found a gal who was actually okay with the Cheesecake Factory and kind of argued for it. She's really funny.
Here she is.
Y'all seen that video of that lady who was on a date and the man took her to the Cheesecake Factory and she didn't want to get out the car because she didn't want to eat there because I guess she thought it was too cheap or something. The fact that she wasn't even cute and was doing all that really upsetted me. But the fact that, like, it was a whole comment section full of other women talking about stuff. I wouldn't go on a date if a man took me to the Cheesecake Factory either. And then bitches start making posts like, if a man take me to the Cheesecake Factory, I'm not going. Bitches telling some they'll never go on a date to the Cheesecake Factory. We know. You don't have a ride, bitch. What you mean? It's hard to go on a date that you was never invited to. Telling some, I never go on a date to the Cheesecake Factory. Bitch, you can't even go on a date to Burger King. Calm it the fuck down. And the fact that I seen so many women, even one of those same women, up in the comment section, I vaguely remember that you made a video talking about some men don't take women on dates no more. Who the fuck want to take an ungrateful ass bitch anywhere? The fuck, stay home. Y'all need to really stop with this fake ass bougie shit because it's not working.
That's the thing too that you have to account for. This like fake bougie lifestyle. Like the girls who aren't, not working all that hard, not doing too much for themselves, not bringing much to the table, and still demanding that you take them to XYZ restaurant. And there's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's a weird sense of entitlement, and I think it's a lack of self-awareness and not
Mhm.
being able to see, like, what you think you deserve, you might not deserve. And
Right.
and it's just not very kind to just expect someone to blow a bunch of money on you that
Dude,
you just met.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's just like, you're going to miss out potentially on a lot of good men, if they're even asking you on these dates, as this girl alludes to in her video, because you are so high maintenance on the place that you want to go.
Mhm.
And we already did a video about how men are struggling to even approach women to ask them out on dates or whatever. I don't know that this is helping getting a list of 28 different locations that you can't ask them to, you know? If I'm a man, I'm stressing a little bit.
Because you see all these videos of women asking for, like, I expect this amount to be spent on a date because I put so much effort into my makeup. And bitch, no one told you that you had to, like, buy expensive makeup, that you had to buy an expensive outfit, that you had to put a lot of makeup on. You just are entitled to it because that's what you're doing.
Exactly.
The most a man should spend on a first date?
I feel like if I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna use all my products to come out with you, I need like a minimum of $200. A minimum, and that's like being nice.
And what does the man get in return for that?
My presence?
What, aren't you having his presence within you already?
I hear you, but no.
Also, in this economy, are we being for real right now? Have you seen the rates of inflation and you're telling me that you can't go to the Cheesecake Factory? That's crazy. It's actually crazy. If you're a woman who's acting like this on a first date, maybe you need to like shift your perspective on how you view the person you're dating and how you view just dating in general. I think a lot of people don't think about the fact that when a man goes and spends, $150, $200 on you on a first date, that is his time that he is, paying with. That is his hard-earned money. And a lot of these women are really just flippantly throwing that around. They have no intention of going on a second date. They don't even like these guys. They just want to get the $200 experience and then go on about their day. In summary, there's a lot of, clearly unacceptable places on this list. Like, you don't want to be taking somebody out to a fast food chain for your first date. But there are definitely some questionable ones on here that I think these women need to open up their minds a little bit when it comes to the first date.
I think if you are somebody that you're trying to figure out where to take somebody on a first date, ask them what they like. Ask them what restaurants they like. Ask them what they like to do if you're not feeling like spending a ton of money on dinner. Like, ask them what their interests are. You can definitely curate something that is not too expensive, but also would make both of you happy. And you guys would have a good time.
Creativity, effort, and energy are so much more important than the minimum dollar amount. And if you catch a woman who's trying to get you up to a minimum dollar amount, just let her go.
Yeah.
Let her go. Catch and release.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I've worked in restaurants for a long time, and the amount of times I will see a woman on a first date or the most expensive thing because her mama did not teach her manners, which is unfortunate too. But yeah, just put them in the archives if that happens to you.
Yep. They're testing your boundaries.
Yeah.
So set them. And with that, guys, we'd love to hear your opinion on this list.
Where would you take me on a first date? Right in the comments.
Exactly. And what do you deem to be unacceptable for a first date if you're a lady watching right now? We would love to see what your responses are.
And if you're married, tell us where your spouse took you on a first date.
Yes, exactly. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time we post a video for you guys.
See you guys.
Bye.